Today I am teaching a bunch of kids at a school how to hunt with a saddle. Let's go. So they use these poles for teaching them how to, like, the linemen and stuff, because they got like extracurriculars at this school teaching kids different like career paths and stuff, so that's really convenient since they use these poles to climb for linemen. Be perfect to learn how to climb with a saddle.
Behave and be respectful. Okay? Alright, she's going to give us a demo first, guys, of this how she does it. And then we will put some of you guys in the harnesses. No. Are we letting you go 10 feet in the air? No. Right? But we will go up on that platform right there just to get a feel of what it's even like to be in a saddle. So far today, everybody that are deer hunters have been like, holy cow, this is way better than I ever thought it would be. Spread out.
Yeah, you guys can come closer so you can see.
You.
Come all the way around.
It's okay.
We're all scared of it.
Yes, she's worries about like tucking all the little, there's ropes everywhere and you're climbing, right? You see how it can be a problem. So she tries to get everything tucked in to where it doesn't get caught while you're climbing, right?
Yeah. So as you will see with this method of climbing versus a tree stand, there's a lot of different moving parts. So you're going to want to practice a lot before you take this method out and actually use it to hunt yourself. I do the same exact thing going up and down the tree every single time. I don't change anything. If I have a rope on my right side, that rope never leaves my right side, and it just makes things a lot easier. I could do this in the dark now that I've practiced it a lot. Everything just has to stay like organized and exactly the same. That way you're safe and it's easy, quiet, fast, simple, just keeping it as easy as possible. When I first get to my tree to start climbing for my hunt, I set one stick. And then the thing that's going to keep you safe going up and down the tree is your lineman's rope. So anybody that is a lineman, this is exactly the same thing that
we have any boys interested in that program one day. So if you are interested in a lineman, guys, you're going to be used to a saddle of sorts like this with that lineman rope and be practicing this. So now you're going to use spikes in the tree, like with your boots instead. Now, while we're there, why can we not do that on public ground? It's against the law. Right? So you can't use the feet spikes, and I did not know that till today, right? So she uses this method, guys, because how many of you hunt out of the same tree stand every year, every time? That is probably like the most hindering and crippling thing in your hunting success sometimes. So she is a public land hunter mostly, and since you don't want to put permanent stands, this is where she can run and gun and go wherever she wants, right? And you can't put the spikes from your boots in the trees or anything in public ground. So it's just it tears up the trees. If you use the boots like these guys are going to become linemen, it will stab a couple inches into the tree and it can potentially kill the tree. Right? Now you can do it on private ground, because that was my question. Why not just use the lineman's harness in the boots, right? I feel like I could just right up the tree. But I didn't know you couldn't do that on public ground.
And some guys that only hunt private, they do invest in learning how to use the spikes, because the spikes on your boots is a lot lighter weight than the sticks, and it's also way freaking cheaper. But for public land, it's not legal. You can't do it. So that's why we use the sticks. So these actually, they're a little sharp on the inside, so they bite into the tree, but they're not going to damage it. Like, they might peel a little bark off, but they're not like penetrating the tree to damage it at all. So we're going to use the lineman's rope. So if you're wanting to be like a lineman someday, you're going to be doing like the same method essentially, but linemen use more of a harness, and this just has more fabric for hunting to keep it more comfortable. When you buy the saddle, it comes with this rope, and the rope already comes with this Prusik safety knot. But the problem with this is it's a two-handed mechanism. In order for this to go up, I have to hold down on this rope to slide the knot up. But with this rock climbing ascender, I can use it with one hand. So it ends up working out. You can go up and down the tree a lot faster and easier with this upgrade, let's call it. Before you take any feet off the ground, you want to attach yourself with your lineman's rope. The cable right here, you pull up on the cable to loosen, and to tighten it, you pull up on the rope and it brings you closer to the tree. And I'll show you that more as I go up. And as I'm climbing, you'll see I have my the rest of my sticks for climbing attached to my saddle already. Most of the time, I will have 2 sticks attached to the tree because I can reach here for my second stick. So I'm essentially only climbing with 2 sticks attached to me. So as I'm climbing, I want to keep this loose. And you want to keep the lineman's rope above your hips for safety purposes. That way, if I were to fall, I'm only falling to here. Where if I keep this below my hips, now I'm falling way down before it catches me. So keeping it up higher and closer to the tree is safer. So as I go up the first step, I'm using my left hand to bring the rope up with me as I go, and my right hand is free to help me balance or whatever I need it to do. Okay, and then I'm pulling up on this rope to the sky to get me closer to the tree so I can go completely hands-free to set my next step.
It's kind of nerve-wracking.
It is.
So you have to practice a lot.
It's definitely a mental connection to trust your gear because, you know, as you can see, I'm not standing on a very big platform. It's really only like 2.5, 3 inches wide. I'm extremely comfortable in this scenario because I've done this a lot. But you have to train your brain to know it's safe, because the higher up you go, the scarier it gets, because it is high. It is high.
What's the benefit, guys, of being vertically high when you hunt? Huh? You're less visible so the deer can't see you. You can see more sometimes, right? There's some setups where you don't want very high. And guys, the higher you go, actually, what changes that I feel right now?
Wind.
The wind, right? You get into your thermals, right? It'll take your, like on a day like today, guys, actually, where's our smell going? Up. All right, because heat rises, right? So especially in your morning hunts, you can get into your thermals. Now, your evening hunts, you got to think about it more because it cools off, your scent's going to drop, so you got to pay attention to that a little bit more.
Yep. So if you notice, these climbing sticks are held on by this super small, tiny rope, right? But this is made of what's called am steel, and its breaking weight, now don't 100% quote me on this, but its breaking weight is somewhere around 1,000 pounds. So it's one of the safest ropes that you can use. It's also weaved in tight, so if it starts to fray or break anywhere, there's a whole bunch of tiny little ropes in here that keep you safe. So it's not just gonna.
It does have a 5-year recommended renewal time.
Yeah,
period.
these come right off, and you can just buy new ropes, so you don't have to buy new sticks.
Wait, so what if it breaks while you're on it?
It's most
you gotta
likely
hurry,
not
if it
going
breaks
to,
while you're
but
on it,
you're on the
Well, I
rope.
guess you're already
You're
on the rope.
attached
Yeah.
to the trees.
But what if it's below your hips, then you're just screwed out.
You fall lower.
Be below your head.
Worst case scenario,
Don't
my
let
rope
it
is going to get
blow.
caught on this stick, and I'm going to
Okay.
fall that far. Worst case scenario, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is keeping it above my waist. Now I'm going to connect this stick to the tree. I like to connect them depending on how high up you can get your leg. You know, I like to put it right about knee height. I use my knees to hold it to the tree so that I can connect the rope how you're supposed to.
Old and it's really. All right. I think now.
Hey,
yeah.
she already got up there?
No.
Yeah, I missed that.
I missed that. I
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I missed it?
No, you wait till you see. Hey, take that one up.
Oh, you want me to use the ladder with
Yes.
this one? Okay.
It's freaking scary.
It is scary. Okay.
Okay.
What ladder?
Yeah. Like this makes you a little nervous, right? But so for me, I was telling like I didn't know if 4 of them would be enough. On some of your sets, you need to get higher, right? So she's got this really freaking scary little rope thing,
A lot of
right?
people, if they can already guess that they're going to be using an aider, they'll just run on the bottom stick.
That's-
so you're not 20 feet in the air using an aider.
Now that's in her online video. Remember guys watching that?
Yeah.
Didn't she use that one time? I know she showed it and she was doing it from the bottom, right? She started her first step up pretty high, right?
I don't think
She's got the aider.
I feel like a deer.
You don't feel like a deer would see you at that height?
I feel like a deer would.
Yeah, that's why she would normally be going. Like,
With the aider.
yeah. So I got my buck club I told you guys about, my big party this weekend. So she's in my club and she's going to come over and she's going to find out how horrible of an archery shot she is. Because I'm going to just destroy everybody
I
in the
got
iron
money
buck.
Troy will
Yeah, because you practice so much.
The last time I shot my bow was the iron buck last year. I feel like I've practiced good.
Oh, yeah?
Boy, them pins are freaking bright. Oh, that.
Nice shot.
4 hit.
Frick, no, it didn't. Them things are like glowing. Oh, my first shot was like that too. I shut it down.
I can see Carson shaking.
Bam! Bam!
That wind picked up.
Yeah. I'd give it a little bit. Bam! All right, guys. So here's how she does this, like extend it.
This is the best part about having lineman rope, though, because see, look what I'm doing, and I'm still hands-free, still safe. Okay. So I have this 5-step aider, and I'm just putting my foot in the loop I feel the most comfortable with in order to get my next foot onto this step right here. So this is a lot less stable than the climbing sticks, but if I anchor my foot against the tree like that, then I'm able to step up. So I'll show you here. So again, keeping this rope above here.
You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, a little more.
I know.
more.
But see, that's when I gotta do the second ladder, which I don't like doing, but
Over.
I can if I have to.
I ain't doing that.
Now, guys, if you want to really get into like where you're deer hunting, that is honestly not very high. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it right here. It looks like that tree stand is like twice the size of the one I got.
No, like if I take my double man ladder stand, it's probably right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a
it's
normal
about ladder
height.
stand height.
But yeah, I like to typically hunt over 20. Right?
Yeah, so
I've
you're
learned
talking
I've
at
had
least
more
up here,
success the higher I
Which
go.
that's where that stick would come in handy.
Yes, and then see, guys could get another like 5 feet
If she
easy
really
from
wanted
that.
to, she could take that aider off and hook it on the bottom of the next step and
Yes.
go that much higher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
she
done
could
that
just
before.
reach down, bring that up, and then you don't have
Not
to
really,
carry
I
a
would
bunch
just
of
one
sticks
stick
with
down
you.
to the next.
All right, there's your climbing lesson. The next one, guys, we're gonna bring it over to here and show how we can maneuver with a bow, because that was my biggest question. Like, how do you actually move around to shoot something? And she makes it look easy, but we just wanted to show how you climb with the lineman's rope, right? Now we're going to come down to like Mother Earth, so that way it's easy, and we're going to demonstrate how to do all this from an appropriate height, right? So picture, guys, she has now climbed up the tree, and now she's going to attach to her tether and all the above.
Alright, so once I'm up here with the lineman's rope, I can now take my bridge out that I've tucked for safety reasons. I've got my bridge here, and go ahead and attach this to my tether now. I lock this down for safety because now nothing can open that carabiner, and I'm going to be safe the whole time. And anytime, you only want to hunt with one rope attached, so this is what I'm going to be using the whole time I'm hunting, so I'm going to detach this one. But before I do so, I want to make sure that I am always trusting the one I'm going to currently use before I take off the one that I was using. So I'm tightening this one up, and I'm going to loosen my lineman's rope. And now when I'm leaning back into it, now I'm trusting this one, and it's tight, and my weight is on this one, and I'm no longer trusting this one, so it's safe to take off.
Just another safety measure, right?
Yep.
Because also, you got to also remember, you're doing this sometimes in the dark, right? In the morning hours, and so you got to be good at it.
Now, do you trust that enough? Like you fall asleep in that?
All the time. I fall asleep all the time in it. Loosen it a bit, and now I can sit, and that's what the knee pads are for. So I also have a back support strap for added comfort here, that you can lean back like a recliner. I go like this, I can lean back, put my hands here.
And the other thing, guys, since she's public hunting a lot of times, and you can't screw stuff into the tree, right? You want a place for your bows and everything. She takes something like that so that she can hook her bow. So while she's sitting there the whole time hunting, she's not holding that. You just pick it up whenever it comes time, right? So they make little stuff like that. It's just more money.
That was only $10 on Amazon though. So
special.
Ooh,
Yeah,
she
and it's an absolute must if you're going to
What is?
hunt.
Depending on how you want to stay adjusted, this is actually extremely comfortable. People think, oh, you're standing the whole time, you must be exhausted. But the truth of the matter is I'm mostly leaning the whole time. So your weight ends up being evenly distributed between your feet and your back end and your back. So it's evenly distributed all the way back. Like, I feel like I'm doing less effort right now than I would if I were to be leaning up against a vehicle. So it's not leaning, it's not standing or sitting. It's kind of in between, I would say. But
Tell them how you sit down and turn sideways. Like, no, so like you can just sit and just chill, right? All right. So my question, guys, was to her as a compound bow hunter. I thought whenever she'd be in that thing like that, like it'd be hard for me to maneuver my bow. Now, she's very good at it, right? And you could see, like, if she's trying to shoot me, but now try to shoot Mr. Ray back there. Watch while she can go and rotate her hips.
Got it.
Right? Thornsley, did you see how she did that without swinging? So we had Mr. Thornsley up here, and he tried to do that, and he went like that, right?
Yeah.
Where
But if
she was
I
able to
can't
rotate
draw
her
the bow
hips.
like this because this is in the way.
String I did it from.
You have to get it out of the way to draw, but you want to use your hips to rotate back and forth. This is meant to slide in the carabiner, so you can completely move all the way around however you want to do it. Now, these would be what we would call like my strong side shot. If a deer came in from here all the way to here, this is my strong side shot, right?
Yeah, you would set it up, guys, accordingly on still where you think a deer would come from. Don't put it on the other side, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But that thing has an ability to allow you to swing and really get to different angles that a regular lock on or a ladder stand does not.
Do you ever do the one where I've seen where they'll stand up and put the rope like a...
If you were to use this, they call it like the seat belt method to shoot your weak side shot. And the reason why guys want to do this is because it feels really similar to a tree stand, right? They can do it like this, or they can put their arm behind here and do it like this. And I mean, I can lean out, but as you can tell, I'm not balanced. Like my whole body wants to do that. Okay, so I don't recommend it ever. Huh?
Like when she does these moves, guys, you gotta remember, you're not doing it from 2 feet, you're doing it 20 feet.
But so what happens if you got big boots on? How is it going to fit on that?
Yeah, because I got size 14.
They still fit on it, so like most of the time when I'm hunting, I'm not flat-footed on here. Like I do this most of the time.
And they do sell slightly bigger platforms.
They do. They sell platforms that come out to here.
It'd be nice if they had like a circular one you could just like walk around the whole tree.
They have ones that hug around the side of the tree
Yeah.
more, but when you're climbing, as Matt mentioned earlier, your very last stick you want to put about level with your tree stand. So if a deer is coming, I can even use that stick and come over here and put my weight on it. But I'm so comfortable with being up here that like I don't mind putting my foot on like the edge of this platform and coming over on this side. So okay, and the reason why it's moving like that is because I am on a dead telephone pole and not a live tree where it can bite into the tree. So it's a little unstable on this tree. But if this was a live tree, it would not be squeaking or making any noise. Because on real trees, it does not make that noise.
And your other thing, guys, she was talking about, like if I was a deer, how you can use this setup to your advantage, right? Because I was like, I'm moving, you know, she's able to keep adjusting herself.
Because I can't see him at all right
You
now,
know,
and he
and
can't see me.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
Paul, if you stand in front of that camera, I want to see how I'll shoot you.
So also, if now he is in my weak side shot as well. So this is all my strong side shots, right? So if I got my bow right here, it's so easy for me to pick it up and shoot all the way to here, right? Well, how am I going to shoot him over there? All this is in the way. The way that I always do it, instead of doing the seatbelt thing, as I just showed you guys, is that I pick my bow up, I bring it over my bridge, and then right about here, I twist my hips so that I can draw back and shoot. The
Stable.
twisting, this is the scariest motion that you're going to do, 20 feet up. The twisting and then the moving your feet at the same time, knowing where your platform is down here so you're not like looking like where am I putting my foot. But one thing that's really awesome about using the saddle versus a tree stand is when I first started hunting out of a tree stand and the deer is coming, we're just going to pretend this is a tree stand for a second. Okay, obviously a tree stand's a much bigger platform, but you know, if I was full draw on a deer, I'm constantly looking down because my platform's only so big and I don't want to step off the edge. You know, what if there's a branch in the way and I have to kind of do this to try to shoot the deer? Now I'm balancing and nothing is holding me in because the harness you're wearing in a tree stand has slack and it's going to make you fall like a good 3-4 feet before it catches you in a tree stand. But what's good about the saddle is that if I'm full draw on a deer, you know, hey, there's a branch in the way, all right, I just do this. You know, you can move around as much as you want in this scenario.
those of you that are actually curious, like what would a setup cost you? And for everything included, we're $400 to $800 though, right?
Depending.
It's not cheap. but
About as much as a regular tree stand.
you're right. You're right.
Like you get a double tree stand nowadays, it's $500.
If you buy the
Or
good
if you get,
lock
like, a
on with
climber like
ladders
that.
and everything, yeah.
So how you adjust this, okay, is you take the rope and to make it shorter, rope goes to the sky, okay? To make it looser, you grab the cable goes to the sky.
How could you forget a man
Below
like
it.
that ever?
Okay? I'm gonna talk you through it. You're not doing it by yourself, okay?
You might die.
I might push you for laughs. All right,
That's
go ahead and
awesome.
push that right in. Get on the platform. You're gonna use your left hand and put it around the tree to help yourself step up. Your right hand is gonna let in rope, and you're gonna pull up as you step up. You can do it. Go ahead. All you're doing is pulling up in one swift motion while you step. So just do this. Up. As you step.
Wait, just
Yep,
and just
up.
step.
Yep. Just go.
Falling off.
There you go.
Like that.
Yep. That's it. You're in. That's it. So now see how you feel by twisting your hips in there. So do like a this motion.
This motion?
Yeah. There you go.
Ooh.
I was hoping it would actually go see.
Were you a non-believer until now?
I
love that.
So uncomfortable.
A shark hop.
Like you would think it'd be so uncomfortable.
It's not though, yeah. And
I sit on a metal. I sit on a metal tree stand. It's
Not
yeah.
bad, right?
You're gonna put your left hand there, okay? And as you step off, you're gonna take the cable and put it towards the sky. So put your finger through the loop towards the sky and step off. There you go.
Leave your body square with it, because it's less movement. You know. Now you can do it this way too. Put over here, and by twisting your hips that way. Right.
I don't think he's got a dad.
I feel way more comfortable.
You just do it X.
Now do you both
Yeah, you're gonna want to get it down below your waist, like down below your belt. There you go.
like your
Okay,
sag?
now wait, let's do it the right way. Take your left hand and hold on to the tree, like right here, okay? So do, wait. Use this hand with the rope, and as you step up onto the platform, you're gonna drive that to the sky. There you go. Sitting properly.
I don't think you could actually fall out of a tree.
I've gone upside down.
You can, yeah, so you can dangle with your head down and you won't fall out of it. All your blood will get you.
Let's find out.
I'm down.
Well,
Go ahead,
around
put your
there,
leg up.
cowboy.
Now you gotta put your legs on the inside. Don't get your head on the platform.
Come on.
Please. Thank you.
You intentionally did it?
Yeah, to prove I couldn't fall out, someone didn't believe me. There you go, that's exactly how I did it.
No way.
Drum roll.
Ready? Everybody smile. 1, 2. Now everybody ugly face.
Oh, you already got yours?
All right. That's good.
All right, that's good. Thanks, guys.